Pokemon Hot Takes Part 1. The Sword and Shield games are quite good. Now before you get out your pitchforks, let me first address the issues that these games have. Number 1, bad story. Yes, this game's story is way too long for how little it actually has to say. But to be fair, playing Pokemon games for story is like playing Oblivion for the immersive voice acting.
I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University, the Imperial Legion compound, and the temple all on the same night. Wait a minute, let me do that one again. I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University.
Number 2, Dexit. This was a massive issue at the time. For those who don't know, this was the first game where every single Pokemon was not coded into the game, meaning that some Pokemon had to be left on 3DS devices until the release of Pokemon Home a few months later. I think, to be honest, no one really cares about this anymore, but it did put off a lot of people playing when the game released. Number 3, Tree. Number 4, okay, but seriously, the graphics were an issue. Some of the textures belong on a GameCube, and some of the animations are just ripped straight from previous games. But if you can put all of those issues to the side, and some of you may not, and that's completely understandable, these games actually have a lot to offer. As someone from the UK, it does feel so cool to see what the country would look like in the context of Pokemon. Some of the music in these games do belong in the upper echelons of Pokemon music tier list. Not to mention that the Pokemon here are really fun. You got Corviknight, arguably the best regional bird ever. You've got Galarian Weezing, look at his little top hat, how could you argue with that? You got Toxtricity, Colossal, Grimmsnarl, and Orbeetle. Orbeetle literally turns into a UFO when Gigantamax. I mean, what else do you want? Not to mention the Dynamax gimmick was actually pretty okay. Was it perfect? No, but it's certainly not the worst gimmick of the lot. Rather than a rival with no personality and just a quirk like Impatience or they enjoy dancing, Hop actually has a character arc, which is ironic because he starts out as this guy whose whole personality is his brother's achievement. The DLCs are controversial, but starting these from a new save file means the world is so much more expansive, and nuzlocking the game with all these cool Pokemon at your disposal is just awesome. If you haven't played this game in a while, I urge you to pick it up and give it a go. I'm pretty sure you won't regret it, although you do have to drudge through the first hour.